There's a monster under my bed, and at my window there's a dragon. I accepted the challenge, it turned me into a savage. I broke a promise to myself again. I don't know why I am so vulnerable. They try to help, but I won't let them in. I guess rock bottom's where I'm comfortable. Both my feet planted when most people would have panicked. I embraced the storm. I found beauty in what was damaged. I'm not afraid of the boogeyman. Instead I look at him like he's a friend. There's not a monster out there in the world that's scarier than the one that's within. There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
Not to say this no, but I'm hated so. My religious freaks say I'm the biggest beast and that I made it grow. When I spray this flow, I created mo. Creatures are like when I heat up the mic, I'm a breed of the night, but I'm tainted though. By the darkness I'm blinded, I sparked it and shined it. They find it cause mine is woe. But that they label me a demon seed. Wanna disable me to see them bleed, hinder me fatally and see them grieve, no. You would not believe the creature inside me. If you deceive, Khalifa's are lively. We disagree when people defy me or try to take his. Whatever the fuckery toward them, you don't wanna break this. You forsake his with a sacred, then it's over no matter what your faith is. I'm a creature.
There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
I managed to get myself in trouble, all of this pain. Yeah, I'm down in the dope, but dose of liquor's always to blame. If I could keep myself sober, I keep my hands to myself. I take a shot and it's over, that's how I end up in hell. I hope I don't pass it down to my offspring. They get everything from their daddy, feel like I'm addicted to all things. And there's no reason to change, gone too far now. And I'm stuck in my ways, back at the bar now. They say I'm a bird and they right, I ain't perfect guy. So when I'm thirsty, I'm perking and purposely searching for something that's hurting me. So I just can't pack up and go. I just back out of it slow. That's how it go. I like to back out the hole. And next time like I don't know. Okay.
I hate
laughing at me, hands be grabbing at me. Feel like God let it happen to me. Dabby blasphemy and these be a dabby naturally. Okay, yeah. I think I better let it go. Either that or I gotta let it know. And I can't do that.
There's a creature in my closet. I can hear him rumbling around. The demon screaming in the distance creates such a humbling sound. The monster that's outside my window, he's like family to me now. The things that people are afraid of never let me down.
What's up, everyone? Please let me know if you can hear me. Well, I don't want to tell you yet. Commonwealth Nicole. Traders, the update shit is annoying as hell. I hate the new update. I hate that referral link is there in the way on the phone. So you go to type and you hit it because they want you to accidentally share it all the time. Listen, everyone I know already has freaking StreamYard, so who's going to click on it? You know? I don't know. They're trying to just it out, I guess. Well, thank you. Hello, Sally. Hello, Wreathmaker. Hello, Moody Farm. Now, you see, I had a couple different things that I was going to do last week, so this is kind of like leftover that I rolled over. I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do, you know what I mean? So I thought, should I bring up the Travis thing? You know, sometimes it's good to have other things to talk about, but this could be like, I guess maybe a little graphic, gets a little graphic and content. So what I have is a story that clipped, a summary of the story of Travis. He actually became a famous chimp. He lived a pretty good life. He cost a lot of money for the lady that purchased him. And it's sort of like becomes a sad story, yes. And it involves I got the 911 call clip, so I don't know. I'm thinking about doing the little brief story summary first and then maybe play the 911 call. Or would you like to hear the 911 call first? And then we have the victim that will speak. We have that. So I'm thinking of doing the little bit of the story summary first. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, some of y'all might not like this, but hey, I'm just trying to find something different. And no, I'm not triggered about going to jail. So no, I'm not doing a content about you. So goodbye, bitch. Oh, we got a guest. We got a guest. We got a guest, by God.
By God.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
What's up, Governor and traders? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I keep finding random shit.
Can
So
you
I
hear
like
me?
an idea for doing shows sometimes that are just a couple random things I found. I've also,
Okay.
I can hear you.
I can
Yeah.
hear you
Can you hear
good.
me?
Hello, everybody.
Can you? Okay. So I heard there's like I heard there's an active school shooting. I know that there was supposed to be a hearing today with the Menendez, which I had only wanted to see that, but I'm sure it's already all over YouTube. Does anyone know what happened? I'll do the summary first. That's a good idea. Does anyone know what happened at the hearing yet? Oh, you know about this, Moody Farm? I was surprised I hadn't heard about this story. That's why I was like, why not just talk about this? It's probably maybe it's something some people haven't heard about, you know? Let's find some other content. I almost did manipulation tactics and mind control stuff today. I thought that might be a good one. We might save that for another day because it's probably needed around YouTube. And everything I heard was like, whoa, that sounds like somebody I know. Wow. We should talk about this. Mind control
Yeah,
and
there's so
manipulation
much to
tactics.
that's content for years, not just days. I need to give a shout
And
out. I don't know if
then
she's in here or not, but just
give your
out of the
shout out.
blue, out of the blue, a little while ago, wreath maker. I don't know if I don't know why, but thank you for the cash app. Um, it really means a lot to me. I've been having like a bad morning, and between Sarah and then that, I don't know. It's just, but thank you.
Well, that was nice.
But anyway, yeah. I don't know if she's listening,
Yeah.
but she'll probably hear that she
Yeah,
comes
it's cool.
in or the replay. But I appreciate that.
She's here.
And I've not heard, hey, thank you so much, Reese Maker Honey. I've not
Yeah,
heard
I've seen
about
her.
this either, so
I mean, like a lot
it'll
of us
be
that remember. There you are.
I've not seen this
Yeah. And it's
about this Chimp story either, so it'll be just what you
I
told
just
me,
thought
Sarah.
it would be something different. I'm gonna keep scouring the internet and find other things randomly to shove in here because sometimes it's nice for a break of just random shit. You know, I think other people have told me it's good to have a break and chill stream, you know? But yeah, we've had some shit going on, both of us, kind of similar, I guess, in a way. So it's like some of us use this sometimes to cope and as a distraction. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us have that in common. So you know that's
Right.
why what it's about, just chilling and keeping our mind off of other shit before we go fucking insane. Yeah, yeah. Sounds like Moody Farm knows all about it. Sally's asking if you have a. She can't use Cash App, but you have a PayPal. You know what you should make? Look at my pinned comment. There's a thing called somebody else used this recently too. It's on my I think it's on my pinned comment. I can't see it. There's something called buymeacoffee.com. If you make one of those too, I can share it when you're up here. What it is, it's a way that you can donate a couple bucks or something, but it's anonymous. Like you use your debit card and you make an anonymous name and people won't know who it, you know, where it's coming from. Where some of these things like PayPal say your name. So I think it's a little safer. But you should make one of those accounts too for people that don't use Cash App. You know what I mean? I can help you make one of those. A lot of people have been making those. Let me see here. Oh shit, I might need some to go grab something before we start this. You know what? Maybe I'll start the story just so I don't, you know, keep this dragged on. You know, I'm trying to distract the internet from Ernie Shell, okay? Will you just let me help you people out? Okay. Let me pull up the little summary. I was listening to it. This isn't the original one that I wanted. Let me go back because I heard a knock at the door. Oh, did you fall off? Did you
You
fall
kicked
off?
me, damn it. You kicked me, damn it.
Oh, you know what? No, I didn't. It's switching. It did
I
that to
know
somebody else.
you didn't. My whole internet just went for a minute, so I don't know. But The
Oh,
winds
okay.
blow a little bit here.
Well, I haven't.
Not bad, but I don't see why that would bother it. But I was just
Mm,
messing with you when it
someone
I
else
just a
got
little
kicked
small
when I
frequency.
switched brands the other day. Someone else
Yeah.
got kicked when
All
I
right.
switched
I'll be
brands. I don't
sleeping.
know. So it's all good because I have this little. I have like a doorbell and it makes a sound. I put that on so that when people
Right.
go back there, I can hear it.
Not bitch
I have
slept
to
me yet.
start this, but I have to run. Yeah, right. Let me up, bitch. I have to just run and grab something, so I'll be right back. Stop it to
Okay.
comment, so I can't stop it for a second. Be right back. Here we go. This is called Imprisoned, Drugged, and Confused. Travis the Chimp's Attack on Charla Nash. Now, when it says drugged, it seems like from some of the stories I've heard, this chimp was addicted to Xanax, okay? A chimp on Xanax is probably not a good idea. You know? I don't know what effects that has on it, but I've never met a chimp on Xanax, to tell you the truth.
Well, in my
So here we
area,
go.
they actually was there
Yeah.
was something about some monkeys being hooked on meth in a guy's home, but I don't know if it was true story or if
Oh
it.
my
But
gosh.
that's just yeah. I don't know if it's true. I've heard about it. I didn't get the whole 411 on it, but yeah, some guy was making
I
meth
wouldn't
in
be
his house and
surprised.
his monkeys was getting it. So, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. But
I mean, it gets in the air and stuff, all those kind of drugs like that. I mean, we've heard stories about children that have had hair follicle tests and it's in their system, just from being in the
right.
air. I'm sure it gets in their system. So don't do meth, people. Meth is bad, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Forgot what else I was just gonna say. I gotta go grab something. Be right back.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Wait a minute. No. I gotta skip this part because I'm gonna play the whole call. I want to get right to the 30. Sorry about that. Now we're starting.
At a
I want to
casino
save
with
the
her
call.
friend and employee Charla Nash. For the trip, Sandra pampered Charla, giving her some money to gamble, and she also took her to get her hair colored and curled, cooperating with his owner, Sandra. She had just returned from a weekend away
This
where
is
she
more
spent
like it.
time at a casino with her friend and employee, Charla Nash. For the trip, Sandra pampered Charla, giving her some money to gamble, and she also took her to get her hair colored and curled. And when Sandra came home, Travis wanted it to be treated as well. She tried doing that for him by giving him a lunch of fish and chips and ice cream cake, but that wasn't exactly his version of being treated. He wanted nothing more than to go for a car ride. Becoming more agitated throughout the day, Travis managed to elude Sandra at one point and grabbed a set of car keys and unlocked the front door. He made his way out onto the
Now, isn't that crazy? I didn't know that they could do something like that, like grab car keys and open a door lock and stuff like that. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, I knew they could do a lot of stuff, so yeah, that's
I mean,
not
I know
out
they're
of
smart and everything, but
the realm of
he was ready to
possibility.
steal the damn car.
Seeing her do it all the time, and
He's
you
like,
know,
take me for a ride, damn it. Okay, I just thought that was. I learned a little bit about chimp behavior in here, and that you probably shouldn't give them Xanax. Okay.
property and darted from each of Sandra's cars, indicating that he wanted it to be driven somewhere. Sandra lived on a large property with a long driveway, but that still wasn't enough space for Travis. He wanted to go somewhere else. Sandra tried to coax him inside with food and the opportunity for him to draw and to pet their cat. At that point, it was after 3 p.m. and time for his afternoon cup of tea. So Sandra put the anti-anxiety pill Xanax in his cup of tea to try
Xanax in his tea. Xanax.
and calm him down. He did consume it, but he was still unruly. So then she got on the phone with her friend Charla, the person who she had just had a lovely weekend away with.
So take a look at that picture and remember Charla's face now, before.
And Sandra asked her if she could come over and help get Travis back inside. Although Sandra claims that it was Charla who volunteered to come over. But regardless, Charla made her way over to the house with a Tickle Me Elmo toy that she hoped would entice Travis. When she
Wrong.
tickle me out.
Well, as you'll soon learn, Tickle Me Elmo might have been a trigger. Okay, we're gonna learn about that.
Oh
It made me
God.
think how Bulls they use the red flags. Maybe there's something about the
Yeah,
red. I don't know. But
maybe.
yeah, it was a bad idea. Tickle Me Elmo was bad. Bad idea.
She reached the top of Sandra's driveway. She stepped out of the car and held the Elmo toy over her face. But it didn't work how she was hoping it would work.
No, it didn't.
It acted as one big red target. Travis charged toward her on all fours before standing up on his two back feet.
And you know how they are when they get pissed off and they go running like that? So the Tickle Me
Yeah.
Elmo triggered the fuck out of him. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feet to attack. His force knocked her into the side of her car and then onto the ground. It was there that he started to rip into her body. Sandra first verbally tried to get Travis to stop the attack, but much like how he had been ignoring her efforts throughout the day, he continued to ignore her. She then picked up a snow shovel and started banging him across the head with it repeatedly. But when that proved to be pointless, she raced inside and grabbed a long butcher's knife. While Travis still ripped and chewed into Charla's face, scalp, and hands, Sandra plunged the knife into his back. Without much of a reaction to that, she stabbed him another 2 times. And that was when she did get a response. He halted his attack on Charla, turned around, and looked at Sandra.
He looked at me like, Mom, what did you do?
That didn't last long, and he quickly continued his attack, breaking almost every bone in Charla's face. It was at that point she realized there was nothing she could do to stop Travis, so she ran into one of her nearby cars and called the police. When the police arrived, Travis had stopped and was roaming the property. He charged toward the police car.
Now, isn't that crazy? Because he's already been smacked in the head repeatedly with a shovel and stabbed with a kitchen knife.
And
he
don't
could
forget
still
the
keep
Xanax
attacking
in the
like that.
tea. Yeah,
And he's
don't
already
forget
had
the
his
Xanax.
Xanax. Exactly, I did forget the Xanax. So, this is kind of weird. I wonder if it
First
caused
knocking off
agitation.
the driver's side mirror. He then moved around the vehicle and tried to open the passenger's side door.
And he knows
but
how
it
to
was
open them.
locked. He then went back around to the driver's side door, which wasn't locked, and he opened it. Travis looked at the officer, baring his blood-covered teeth. The officer then aimed a gun at Travis and fired 4 bullets into him. He reacted the opposite to Sandra's knife. He let out one final screech and then defecated before retreating inside the house. When it was safe to do so, the officer exited his car and saw bits of scalp and fingers strewn across the yard. Charla's body was partially naked and covered in blood, and because she was so badly mutilated, the officers couldn't tell whether she was a man or a woman.
Isn't that
Surprisingly, Charla was still conscious, but it was assumed she was dead. So they didn't immediately inspect Charla's body and instead followed Sandra inside, who had gone to find where Travis went. Travis had limped through the house to his living quarters, where he died. It wasn't until
So, like, just like any wild animal went to his home, like his bed, his little bed area. I'm thinking I should maybe play the call now before resuming the rest. The 911 call. Let me see. I gotta switch it and make sure the sound works, because that's always a problem. What just happened?
Well, he made sure to tell that he defecated before he went into the house, so he took his shit
that
before.
was I know, I didn't catch that last time. I mean, did you have to say that? What point of that? I mean, let's now tell me if you can hear this, okay?
Okay.
It's a psych.
This is Sandy. 231 Rock.
You hear
Yes,
that?
I hear it. I hear it, yes.
Okay. It's in Stamford. It's actually it was in Stamford, Connecticut where this happened too.
What's the problem?
Police. Send the police.
What's the problem there?
The chimp killed my friend.
What's the problem with your friend?
Oh, please.
What's the problem with your friend? I need to know.
Send the police up with a gun. With a gun.
I would die of
Who
fright.
has a gun?
Please hurry up. He's killing my girlfriend.
What is the problem?
He's killing my friend.
Who's killing your friend?
Chimp, my chimpanzee.
Oh, chimpanzee
Dang
is killing
that.
your friend.
What's that?
I was like, dang, that 911 caller, at this point, she's told you like 4 times that somebody's killing
I
her
know.
friend. I mean, go ahead and get somebody en route, and then she can finish telling you, and then you can tell them over the radio. Dear Jesus.
See, I know. I felt like he was pretty passive about this. I mean, this lady's about to
Yeah.
pass out
Who's
from fear.
killing?
Like I could
Which
pick
I
up
know,
on all her fear and her voice.
yeah, which I know they're gonna
Kind of
be
scared
caught.
me.
Right, but They're trying to be calm, but my God, still, she told him 4 times, he's killing my
I
friend, he's
know.
killing my friend. Well, who's killing your friend?
True. I know. I picked
I
up on
re-
that too, but I think I would die of fright if I seen this. I would just die of fright. Okay.
Right?
He ripped her apart. Hurry up.
With a gun.
Hurry up, please.
There's someone on the way.
With guns, please. Shoot him.
What is the monkey doing? Tell me what the monkey's.
He ripped her face off.
He ripped her
Oh, you
face
heard
off?
it?
He's trying to touch
Oh, okay.
me. Please,
I didn't know anyone else
Okay,
was
I
on.
need you to calm down a little bit. They're on the way. Can you put yourself away? I don't want the monkey attacking you.
Please, hurry up. Listen to me.
They're on the way, ma'am.
Guns. They gotta shoot him, please. Please, hurry.
You're there with your friend. I need you to help your friend. Can you go help your
I
friend?
can't. He tried to attack me now.
Is he still there with your friend?
Yes.
Okay, so then back off. Then don't get any closer.
If someone, excuse me, I didn't know anyone when I made this. I didn't see anyone else on. But I mean, if anyone needs to, you could always listen to the replay or whatever. I was just trying to, hang out and play something different. But yeah, I didn't. When I made this, I didn't see anyone. I did check. But yeah, thanks, Nana.
Okay, they're already on the way.
Please.
If the monkey moves away from your friend, let me know, okay? So we could try to help your friend.
No, I can't. She's dead. She's dead.
Why are you saying that
She's dead. He ripped her apart.
he ripped
Ugh.
what apart? Her face?
Everything.
He ripped her apart?
I think I'm gonna pass out.
I would
Just
pass the
breathe,
fuck
okay?
out.
I'm gonna stay with you on the phone until they get there.
Listen, please hurry. Please hurry. Oh my God.
Now, don't you think you would absolutely, if this was you, don't you pick up on all her fear and everything? I got scared listening to this. I don't know how I think I would have passed out. The monkey would have got me, the
Yeah.
chimp, whatever.
I'd have probably
I
had
don't
my
think I
final
could stay
heart
calm.
attack and just died right there.
Okay, thanks, traders. I don't know. I feel so bad.
They have their guns out. They gotta have guns out.
And the friend came over who had just been babysitting while she was at the casino to help. She brought all this was triggered by Tickle Me Friggin' Elmo. Who knew we could cause so much rage, Ugh, you just never know. This is the thing when you own, exotic animals and stuff. You might think one thing, but I always thought it would be cool to have personally a spider monkey or something. But then I have a friend that when they came into some money, they actually got one, and it turned on them when it's very common when they hit puberty, they turn on them and go berserk. It's very common if you look it up. Once they hit that puberty stage, you're fucked. I mean, they're all cute and fine when they're babies, but you gotta know if you have kids and stuff, you gotta know what you're getting into and at least research it. That's what I would recommend. There's a lot of those monkeys that are in sanctuaries and everything because that's what happens when they get older, that puberty stage. But yeah, you just never know with exotic pets,
Right.
So I'd say do your research. So I changed my mind about wanting one, but they are awful cute when they're babies.
Listen to me.
Yep,
Oh my God.
exactly, traders.
I couldn't handle that. The throwing the shit right.
Is this your monkey or whose monkey?
Nope. French bulldog, French bulldogs, and a few ducks. Yeah, the most I've had is a pet goat. What do I have? 6, 7, 8 chickens and a pet goat, and that'll be it for me. I'm never even getting chickens again. Nope. I'll stick with my dog and give him all my love.
Oh, I didn't tell you, my son, and my husband got 10 chickens this past weekend. And
Babies.
yes. And the thing that the house thing, my son ordered this big old crap. It's supposed to be delivered either today or tomorrow, which I don't know if it'll come tomorrow because of it being holiday, but it's when it's showing. But maybe Amazon don't care that it's that it's a holiday. I don't know.
You never know. They're good around here. I get most stuff in one day now. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Okay.
What type of monkey
it was a
it?
chimpanzee. Chimpanzee. And I believe I don't think it's in this video. My total might be off, but it was between $50,000 and $60,000 cost, something like that. I've even been a little bit more, but it was definitely over 50 grand for this pet. And it got to the point where I saw in another, I don't think it's in this story. I had other clips, but I don't know what I did with them. Another person said it got to the point that she went into deep depression when her husband died, And then the chimp started sleeping in bed with her, and she was treating it like, like family, like a human substitute, down to sleeping in the bed with her. And there were some that were making allegations that there might be relations. Now, I obviously can't verify it, nor am I going to look into it. These are just what I've seen on the internet. There's no obvious way that I would know if there's any people. Some were actually making that claim, you know what I mean? Because it got a little weird. She was so attached to it, but it's all she had left,
Right.
Who knows? But it was sleeping in her bed. I do know that from what I've heard, anyway. Allegedly, we'll say that. Well, anyway, let's back to the call. There's 2 more minutes.
It's your monkey.
No, it's mine.
How
Thank you,
you know how
Wimbles.
big is he? How many pounds?
200 pounds.
400?
200.
200 pounds?
Damn.
Listen to me, please. Where are they? Where are they?
And he's a chimp, correct?
Yeah.
They have massive strength.
Where are they?
They're going as fast as they can away, okay?
Please, please go faster. Please, Dirk, please, please.
Is the monkey still by your friend, or can you get close to your friend?
He's eating her. Please, God, oh, please.
Okay, I need you to calm down for me. I know it's hard, okay? I know it's hard. But they're going as fast as they can your way.
I need you to calm down. She just watched her friend's face get ripped apart and some of her fingers and stuff. I mean, it's just not possible, bro.
Okay?
God, please. They tell them they gotta shoot him because I tried stabbing and he's not, and it's worse.
Okay, Sandra.
Yeah, stabbing didn't work.
They will. Sandra, I already have the fire department close by, okay? So as soon as the police gets there, the fire department's going to move in, okay? The fire department can't move in yet, but as soon as the police officers show up...
Please tell them. Shoot him because he's going to try to attack me now.
Just breathe, Sandra.
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Sandra, stay in your car.
Shoot him!
Sandra, I need you to stay in your
You can tell the cops are there.
car.
Shoot
Shoot
him.
him, please! I tried stabbing him, and he's hurt now too. So he's gonna attack anybody. I can't get out of this car.
Lock your doors on your car and stay there with me.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. He will rip the doors right
Sandra,
open.
just do what I'm telling you.
He wasn't eating her. He was just ripping parts off and throwing, like ripping her clothes. And he basically ripped her face off and like some of her fingers, it sounded like.
So
But
stay
it
in the
did
car,
sound like
the
she
police
said.
officers will handle it.
What's
It
that?
did sound like she said he's eating her.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Damn.
Yeah, it did sound
Ugh.
like she said that. Yeah.
Shoot him.
What the hell did Elmo and Xanax do to this thing? Jeesh.
Please tell him. Please tell him to kill him.
I know.
They did,
Governor,
Sandra.
you're
They're
right.
shooting at him already, okay?
But he's not dead.
I know. They will continue on.
Let me pause for a minute. This has nothing to do with that, but you just reminded me something, Margaret, by God. The 911 call in the history of 911 calls that pissed me off the most. Do you remember those 3 girls that were kidnapped and kept in a basement for 10 years? By that sicko, I think he was a bus driver too.
Go bus driver, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember the girl that was captured for 10 years, escaped, and called 911 and said who she was and said that she got free finally, said her name, and they just didn't know. They just didn't get it, I don't think, obviously. So
Yep.
cool and uncaring. And bro, she's been freaking kept locked up and chained for 10 years and she escaped. You know what I mean? That one made me the most pissed ever. Do y'all know that case? Remember that one? Ugh. So you're right about those calls. They do. Ugh.
Until he's dead, okay? I just need you to stay on the phone with me and breathe.
Yeah, I think so, John. I just can't. I'm trying to think.
He's not
It was
dead.
3 girls.
He's not dead. Oh, God. Oh, God.
And one of them birthed his baby. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
911 call. So we'll stop with that one. It's going to drive me nuts until I remember that case now. But that 911 call was infuriating. She's like, "It's me. I'm free." Okay, cool. Well, the guy is no longer alive anyways. He red rummed himself in prison, I think, in Minecraft. I'll just say in Minecraft. I notice other shows are saying that. Yeah, I heard about that, Manchester, that there's something going on in Florida. I don't know anything about it or how many people, but I'm so sick of like I feel like it's almost every day on the news now. It's either that and
Wasn't there
plane
one,
crashes now every day. Okay.
wasn't there one yesterday in Texas that you sent me, Sarah?
I actually forget now. I'd have to look. I really forget
I
because
was thinking that it was
it's just
yesterday. Yeah,
yeah, it was. I'm
I'm so
looking.
glad mine are not in schools, but something needs to be done. I mean, Jesus.
I'm just trying to take a gander to see if I can find it because now it's driving me crazy. Before I continue, I thought it was
Oh,
yesterday, maybe a
about
couple
the
days ago.
about the
Oh, the
case from.
pepper spray attack near. Maybe I'll do that one too. The pepper spray attack in the Massachusetts courtroom. I think that's the one I sent you.
Oh, maybe.
So yeah, this kid,
Maybe.
young kid. I say
Yeah.
kid because he's probably in his 20s. He went in the
Okay. Yeah.
courtroom. He
Maybe.
was wearing a gas mask. Yeah, and he went charging in a Massachusetts courtroom, and they got him all. They showed the video clips; they're all over YouTube, and just started spraying people in the face with pepper spray. And he was armed with 7 or 8 cans of it. Like, bro, what did you think was going to happen? They just tackled him, but he's fucked now. He's absolutely fucked for doing that in a courtroom. Those charges are going to be massive. I don't know what
Yeah.
what the
So there
goal
was a
was there,
college.
but there's tons of police.
So Donna did say there was a
Yeah,
college yesterday in Dallas. If it wasn't you, I thought you
damn.
sent that one to me, but I didn't. I didn't.
I thought so.
I didn't look at it all though. I just seen basically the headliner of it and didn't get a chance to
6
read it.
months.
So I've had so much going on. Um,
Yeah, right.
and you have too. Yeah, I know. Um,
I had my ringer off. I was like, I
so
can't.
so where was it that the guy went in with the pepper spray? I don't know if you sent me that one.
Massachusetts. It was I think it was
Goodness.
Warburn maybe. I don't know, somewhere near me. It's about like 45 minutes from me. But I don't know what he was
Right.
thinking he
Yeah.
was gonna accomplish.
Right. He's fucked with the capital F.
I guess does he want to go to jail? I mean, is that what the goal is met? You're gonna get charged times like 3 now for doing that in a courtroom. Court's supposed to be sacred. I just think he's fucked. Whatever. Maybe I could pull that up while this is on, but I'll try to find that one too, just to share
I'm
it
curious how he got
to
through
everybody.
the things with it, because usually at
He
courthouses
went
they
in
have.
running.
Oh,
Yeah, the metal
gotcha.
detector, he just went
So,
running, and it was like a woman cop, an older woman cop, and she did her best, but then some more came and they just tackled him, but he was already spraying some people in the face that were sitting on a bench. And then they had to clean the whole thing and like decontaminate it because it was in the air.
right.
So really weird. Might have been the day. I think it was the day before yesterday. I can't remember. I probably more
At a
info on it now,
hospital
but I'll
last
probably do
week.
a little search. Like this world is going to. Oh, okay, let's see what happens to Charlotte a little bit.
Left the house, that they saw movement from Charla.
I guess since her come over and looked at me and said, "Oh,
That's
she's
her.
dead, she's dead." So she walked away, and then the officer went with her in the house to see where Travis was. And I guess he had been consoling her a while. And they said, the officer and sister came back outside. I lifted my arms straight up, like, "Hey, help me." And he responded, "Oh my God, they're still alive."
Now, when she put her up, you could see all the deformities in her hand. That's her left from the. She's had multiple surgeries.
Charla was alive and she
Okay.
survived. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you might have guessed,
When I
today
first started listening, I thought she had passed away. The way they made it sound
Look at
on the 911 call,
look at bonkers comment.
I know. I saw that a minute ago. That's why I chuckled.
Today's video is going to be on Travis the Chimp. Most people know him from the attack that I just went over, but there is much more to his story. So now I want to talk about how Travis ended up as Sandra's pet. Travis's parents were Susie and Coco, and they were paired
Coco.
together by a chimp breeder, Connie Casey, in Missouri.
I remember Coco from when I was a kid, like on like some of the kid shows. Do you remember the famous chimp Coco? I think there's
I
books,
don't
kids books. I think there's
I don't
kids
think
books
I do,
though.
but
Some people might.
When there was demand to have chimps as pets, They were the biggest chimp breeders in the United States. And if you ever saw a movie with a chimp on it or a greeting card with a chimp on it, it was more than likely one of their chimps or related to one of their chimps. Connie first started her chimp collection with
He was a chimp actor too, the one that did this attack.
2 wild caught
He was in
chimps, a
movies.
male and a female. The
Coco.
male was Coco, Travis's dad, who she
Fox.
purchased for $12,000. At the time, one level of Connie's house was a pet store, so she had no shortage of resources to look after these chimps. And because she quickly became known as a chimp breeder, she soon became the depository for a number of unwanted chimps. Some of those chimps came from obsolete research projects. Because of their similarities to humans, a number of chimps were captured in the 1920s for medical and behavioral studies. And then in the 1950s, NASA captured a bunch more chimps to send them to space. They were often subjected to cruel testing and the possibility of being sent on a more than likely fatal trip to space. But those who survived the journey to space or finished whatever research they were undergoing usually didn't end up in much better situations. Those who ended up on Connie's care were subjected to a lifetime of stress, torment, and imprisonment. Connie kept some of the chimps in dirty glass cages with little enrichment. Others were kept in cages that had an outdoor portion, but when they went outdoors, they would be agitated by barking dogs. And others were just simply kept inside.
Yeah.
That's mean. What do you think's going to happen?
And that's Tonka.
Well, they made him smoke. Hey, Zep.
In 2001, Travis's mother, Susie, and 2 other chimps escaped their unlocked cage. They ventured over to a neighbor's house where the teenage boy living there shot and killed Susie. I will be making kind of a part 2 to this video where I will talk about.
So this one actually, I think when I initially watched this, it meant to set up a different one. So I don't really know what else is on this one, and if it starts getting off the topic of the chimp, I could always switch to something else. You know what I mean? I was just
think
looking
it's
for
The
something.
situation and
Mayday.
the neighbor who
Huh?
He's talking about
I'm just trying to put.
that one's parents right now, isn't he? And then how the other ones came into play.
Yeah. There's a lot
Hello,
of clips on
everybody.
the story of Travis the Chimp. So if it gets like dull or something, I can always switch to something else.
shot her. While
I don't
making
really
this
know what's
video,
on this
I
one.
fell down the pet chimp trade rabbit hole and all of the insane people
Thank
that
you.
are in
Thank
it.
you.
And there is so much to go over with that.
Thank
So
you
I
so
thought I would
much.
make a separate video about that. And I actually found
I'm
out
sorry,
that
but I
the
like
people
that
who
one
made
with
the
the wig.
Tiger King documentary are
I didn't
actually
know that.
making a documentary about all of this. So
Don't
yeah, I
know
will be
that.
getting into
Oh, that was
lots of
Tiger
interesting
King.
stuff in my video. Also, this is what Connie
Yeah, he was supposed to do the interview. Damn it!
Mhm.
Did I tell you about that? That the interview I was sharing got
Yeah, I've been there.
canceled because.
I
Yeah.
was in there
Oh, that's
watching
right.
it with him.
Yeah, that's right. And the jail went on lockdown. So they said they actually said it pissed them off, so they're not going to reschedule it. And they're kind of pissed about the charges of animal abuse and everything. So they're not going to reschedule now.
Oh, wow.
No more Tiger King interview.
had to say about the Travis incident.
The Travis situation was a very unusual and horrible thing to happen. You know, he shouldn't have been out of the cage.
Well, you want to
You
live
knew
in a
him a
cage,
little bit?
bitch?
I knew his mom. Yeah. Yeah.
Is she here?
Oh, I meant his human mom.
Oh.
Speaking of
Human
Travis,
mom.
Susie, who was an 11-year-old retired zoo chimp, gave birth to him on the 21st of October, 1995. 3 days later, Mike and Connie
don't stay
Casey
cute like that.
tranquilized Susie and took Travis away from her. He was then purchased for $50,000 by his new human parents,
$50,000.
Sandra and Jerome Herro.
So he did cost $50,000. Did you hear that? They tranquilize the mom and then take the baby away. Take the baby chimp. So then she wakes up off her drug and her baby's gone. That must fuck them up, you know? That's cruel.
Sandra named him
Yeah,
after her favorite singer, Travis
one
Tritt,
too.
and from that day, Travis was
I didn't know they did that, you know? Did it like that.
Right.
raised
She
as
named
a
it after
human.
Travis
He wore
Tritt, is that
a
what she's
diaper,
saying?
and Sandra
Yeah.
Bottle fed him formula, she burped him, and he slept in a crib in their bedroom. When he started to walk, they taught him how to use the toilet and how to brush his own teeth. He also had a wardrobe full of his own clothes that Sandra would often dress him in. Every day he would eat breakfast and dinner with him.
Treated him
Mr.
like
Nobody Russian.
See that? They treat him like a baby.
Mr.
I
Nobody
know,
said what it
I just what they supposed to do with him, I
if
don't
they're not
know.
in cages, where you supposed to put them, Sarah?
I don't know. I don't think you should buy them and put them in your house.
Restaurant to eat.
I'm never
Well, you
getting an
know,
animal that can switch on me and kill me, that's for sure. No tigers, no chimps, no monkeys, anything that can turn on you and eat you. Fuck no. Alligators, none of them. You
no
know?
lions, tigers,
No
or
exotic
bears.
pets. There's a reason.
Oh my!
They end up in sanctuaries because they turn.
He would go with them as well. Some of his favorite foods were filet mignon, lobster
That's my favorite too. I don't blame him.
tail, Lindt chocolates, taffy, and nerds.
Filet mignon, lobster tail, Lindor chocolates, nerds. I mean, yeah, I'm with Travis. I love all this shit except for the taffy.
I like all of it except for
He has
that
good taste.
lobster. I don't eat no seafood.
I'd say Travis has good taste, but that's kind of weird shit to feed them, isn't it? And he takes Xanax. Who knew?
Candy. He even worked out how to tell when the ice cream truck was coming down the street, so he would pester Sandra until she took him to get it.
Like a kid.
He was even able to open the refrigerator and pour himself
Spoiled
a
little
drink
brat.
into a glass. He also knew how
I know.
to drive
He was
a
spoiled.
ride-on lawnmower
Look
as well.
At least he did his chores. Look, he's earning his keep. Imagine going down the road
Dang,
and
maybe I do
seeing
need
that.
to
I'd
get
probably
one
crash.
if it's gonna mow the yard.
Oh, God. He can do chores. That's frightening.
Was drive a car.
He liked taking rides in cars, I read.
Yeah, he did.
He was able to open doors by
He
himself.
could drive. He took
Oh
off
my
with the car a
gosh.
couple times.
Onto the right.
He took off with the car a few times. Did you hear that? What the fuck? Her chimp stole her
Can you
car.
imagine if you was an officer and pulled it over and seen a monkey driving it?
The best one I ever heard is a relative of mine lost their pigs. The pigs got out of the crate and they had to call the police. The pigs were running down the main road and they got into the next town and the cops were chasing the pigs. Okay, and that made it into the newspaper because that's just not an everyday thing. You see the cops chasing pigs. That's the weirdest one I've seen. Not this. Damn.
You should have.
Now that's
My
some irony.
youngest, we took him to this thing. It was called Farm Days that they used to have in our area, and he was little and he won. They had a pig calling contest. You know, they had to say "Suey," you know, and he won for the best pig call. And I don't know how because we didn't have no damn pigs, but I mean, I did. I did growing up. My dad had pigs, but my kids didn't. But they just, my youngest one does anything to, hence why we have 10 chickens now. And he has 2 goats at his friend's house. So, he's all about the farm stuff. But yeah, he won that when he was little. He probably wasn't even 4, maybe 5, if that. I don't even think he was in school.
Wow.
He loved rodeos. He loved all
They
that
say
stuff. We took him to all that stuff.
Hey, St. Elmo's. I forgot where I was, but imagine the sight of freaking cops chasing pigs. Like these pigs are big. I mean, they kept breaking out too. She finally had to relent and give them
Not
to a
just
farm
pigs,
because they kept
hogs.
wanting to run away. Runaway pigs.
Yeah, and then and they're nasty. Shoo, I hated those things. Hey, St. Elmo's Fire, honey.
Yeah.
Regular street.
Somebody got some big bacon.
That seems a little
Down our
dangerous.
shop. Well,
Was also one of his many talents. He appeared in a TV show pilot
Yes.
and a number of commercials.
Travis is the one who clawed off the friend's face. It was sort of towards the beginning. She needed her friend to come help her calm him down. He was getting a little irate. So the friend came over thinking she was doing something helpful and held a Tickle Me Elmo doll in her face. And all this happened. This rage occurred. He got triggered by the Tickle Me Elmo for whatever reason. That's why I said I don't know if it was the color. He does accessory. I don't know. And it made me think of Bowls, how they use the red flag. I don't know if it was something to do with the color, the face, but he charged her and just went ballistic. from the Tickle Me Elmo. Yeah, it's just a weird thing, really.
He also got to be
And he was on Xanax when he did it, so it's kind of weird.
known pretty well within the local community. Sandra and Jerome owned a tow truck company, and Travis would often accompany them to tow vehicles. The police
Look, he
also
washes
got to know
cars.
Travis, often taking photos with him whenever
He
they
earns
saw
his
him.
keep.
Another person who got to know
Yeah.
Travis was Charla Nash. Sam and Charla
That's Charla Nash right there. That's the friend that would sometimes babysit him and Chimp sit him, whatever. And that's the one who got her face
It
and
makes you wonder.
body.
Did you ever? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I might have had to lag.
No,
Does she ever?
not.
Does she ever speak on? Do you know if there's an article where she speaks on what happened before while she was babysitting him while the mother was going to the casino?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's clips all over YouTube. I had another short interview. She's been interviewed on all kinds of shows. I think she was even on Oprah.
Oh wow!
I mean,
Because it
you
makes
type
you
her name in
wonder.
it.
Makes you wonder if he
Mhm.
didn't get mad because he was already irate wanting to go for a ride when the mom got back. It makes you wonder what
Yep.
happened while she was babysitting. I mean, it's just something that entered my
Yeah.
mind. Just something I was curious about.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. She thought I think the real mom, not the biological mom, was thinking if the friend came over, maybe that would help. But something went horribly wrong, obviously. And that's why
Right.
with exotic pets, you don't. I mean, you can say they're trained and they do this and that, and look at all these things this chimp could do. He could mow a freaking lawnmower, a ride-on mower, wash cars, and do all this, and he still went ape shit.
Drive a
It's a
car.
very common thing when you get monkeys, just like I said, and I always thought I wanted one until he told me how their monkeys started going crazy and tearing up it. They had to get rid of it, and that's why a lot of them end up at sanctuaries. It's very common when any of those monkeys, monkeys, the chimps, that when they go through puberty, things change and they can turn on you. So it's very dangerous to have monkeys and pet monkeys around children. You got to be cautious and really know what you're getting into. I would advise anyone to do research. That's what I would say. At least know what your risks are, around children, especially.
had been friends for more than 30 years.
Their monkey went
after
crazy and
riding
attacked.
horses together in Loretta's traveling rodeo in the 70s. It was there that they had one of their first encounters with a chimp. In one of the rodeos, they saw a chimp riding a horse wearing a Western outfit. Sandra became
Did you see his shirt? It was cute. It was cute, but see all this cuteness, what happened still?
Immediately in love. She went and pursued
still went
the
ape
chimp
shit.
backstage and gave him some gummy bears. The next time she
That made me
Oh
laugh so
my!
much I just fell out of StreamYard. Oh, here I am. Yep, dang, you're right. Actually,
chimp perform, he
Let's
tried
get
jumped into, and that would ultimately her purpose. Charlotte saw he was once when he was still being and approach office. Time at Sandra's room when he was a little bit older. During time with Travis, letting over her and mess much more involved with later on in his life. She started being Sandra, her just to a phone truck company, but also do some odd jobs for her. And most of those odd jobs to and newspaper line. Things in Sandra's personal life were falling apart. Sandra's daughter Sue was moving away, and that was already a pretty big blow to Sandra. But what made it worse was when Sue was transporting some of her belongings during a night in September 2000, her car veered off the highway and struck a tree. Sue was ejected from the car and died from her injuries. After her daughter's death, Sandra became depressed. She grew distant from her friends and struggled to maintain a relationship with her grandchildren that her daughter left behind. And at one point, she even considered suicide. Then a few years later, in 2003, the issue
Back on
with
StreamYard.
Travis, one needed to retrieve from the office, so they all got in, including Travis, to go and do so. But what would have been just a normal car ride took a turn for worse. When they stopped at 8 p.m., the
It's
through
robot.
the
Yeah.
partially open door struck Travis with it. He then his seatbelt, got out of the car, and
Is there I see the chat right now? So I was wondering why it's doing this. I'll wait till it passes for a second. Just let me know when it gets better. I don't know what's going on here. Something weird. Check my Wi-Fi real quick. Sure, I'm on here. Yeah, looks like I'm on. Can you hear me? Let me see.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just a little robotic.
I'm gonna pick it up again.
Okay.
Yeah, I just heard it on your end too. Let me see here. Sometimes this helps. I know I'm having problems.
Let me know if you all can still hear me till she comes back. Right, chaotic. Same risk either way, humans or domestic pets. All interactions have risk. Yes, please hit the like. Okay, y'all can hear me. Lord, you don't want to hear me sing no song. Just Wimbles. Hey, Nana Kim. We're waiting on Sarah to come back. She's having some technical difficulties. We were showing a chimpanzee that ripped a woman's face off, but she lived. But I don't even remember what state she said it was in. Yeah, and I apologize to everybody because I've not been able to go live. I've, of course, hopped up on Sarah's a couple of times, but there's just been a lot going on here. Sometimes real life will do that to you. I have to wait a minute, just Wimbles, to see your comment because that has that thing in the way now. Share your referral link, so I have to wait till somebody bumps up your comment before I can read the rest of it. So somebody else comment so I can see. There you go. Thank you, Chaotic. Useless info. It's International Bat Appreciation Day. Well, is that the day for you, Chaotic? Not useless, Wimbles. Not to Chaotic. I knew she'd like that. Well, I don't really know what to talk about. I'm waiting to see if getting her, arrested or not, with the warrants and shit. That's some more useless info. Cute little sky puppies. Okay, chaotic. If you say so. I don't like bats either. I've not seen they used to I've not seen any around in a long time, but um we the house that we lived in at one time, a bat would get, there was like a space in between the wall of the house and the shutter, and one would get in behind it right at the front door, like when you came out you'd see the bat there, and I would take a thing and bang on it till it flew off just so I'd go out the door. And one used to fly around the street light, but I ain't seen that in a long time either. Sarah better hurry and come back. I'm tanking up here because I really don't have nothing. I just told her I'd hop up here with her, and you're hacked. Oh God, she's hacked. She's hacked, bro. Chaotic says they're adorable. Yeah, I can see you, Sarah. Mm. But yeah, like I said earlier, my son went and got 10 chickens. He has 2 goats at his friend's house. Or not goat, yeah, goats at his friend's house. And he's already getting him a little farm together, and ain't even bought him a house yet. I told him he needs to be finding him which he's looking. But he wants a miniature farm. Lord help him. Yeah, I didn't get a text from you. Don't hack me, bro. Yeah, and his girlfriend likes the animals too. And like I said, I think he'll marry this girl, so it's good that she likes the animals too. Heck, she's got 2 bunnies. She's got a sugar glider. Now that thing's kind of cool. I do like it. It's kind of different. Okay, are you able to end it on your end, Sarah? No conclusion, damn it. Next time I'll be a little bit prepared in case this happens again. I'll have something to talk about. Zap. That's the lock key. Help, Sarah. Maybe if you had the open lock, that would help. Barbara, we're having some technical difficulties, and Sarah, don't know if we can finish the live. So if it just ends in the middle of me talking, then because I asked her if she could end it. Yeah, lock key, lock key. Sarah, try that. Or try open lock. Damn it, something will work. I don't know, no joke. It's chaotic. Hey, liberators. You're welcome, Barbara. Hey, Angel Eyes. I can't see your full comment yet, Angel Eyes. I'll have to give it a minute till somebody. Probably bonkers. Getting Sarah's information to take the Kentucky officials. Angel Eyes, she's doing okay. She had a bad night, not before last, but she's doing okay now. There seems to be. Yeah, Donna, lightning bolts striking the lock. Sarah, can you type in chat? And like I said, it's okay if you just end it with me up here running my mouth. Okay. Oh, she can't. Did he get his channel struck? I saw someone comment that, but I wasn't sure. Um, he said that his live last night got struck, but I don't know if I believe that. I think he might have just hit it and is saying that because you know how he stretches his stories. But yeah, there's Fox coming in with the open lock. Try that, Sarah. And Nana Kim's got the key. So, Nana Kim, do you have a question or do you have an answer? Wait a minute, yours is the answer and Fox is the question. Signs and symbols, you all. Sandy, well, we was doing a live about a chimpanzee that ripped a woman's face off, and then Sarah got kicked off, and now she can't. And I didn't have anything like really planned to talk about, so my bad on that. I was just coming up here to, I don't know, to just hang out with her while she done it. But okay, you're up here now, Sarah, but I can't hear you right yet. See, the lock key, keys, lock and key, lightning strike, lock. Something fucking helped her. At least she's got up here. But what, Bunkers? What did I say? So calm. Oh, someone showed a screenshot and it said stream had been removed due to TOS violations. Well, yeah, boat coders. Fugitive found her. Sarah's having some technical difficulties. She's been hacked, and we've been trying locks and keys and all kinds of shit to get her unhacked. Oh, I said that's the calm. Maybe I should have been a 911 operator. My friend was a 911 operator for a while. Probably. No, we still can't hear you, Sarah. Take down my comments for a second. I see you up here, but yeah. I wonder if Kevin uh striked him for because he was mad when he jumped down. Well, that's cool, Barbara. The only thing I did anything like that was when I worked at the hospital and had to call like the med flights and stuff. All right, guys, she's gonna have to end it. Everybody have a good evening. I'll try to do a live. I'm gonna try to do one maybe this weekend. Because I need to. Sorry, Sarah. See, even Sarah says I'm lame. No, she means her not having internet service is lame. All right, guys. Bye.